May I please request everyone to do this poll? That's so great, Sanjeev. So I can see two participants have taken this poll. Great. So many of you have enrolled for the continuous education. Wow. I can see two participants have taken up the poll. May I request everyone to please give your responses on this poll? We are sharp at 11 and we need to start with an exciting panel discussion. Yes, so responses are increasing. Quite encouraging. Great. So I can see so many people in the chat who have already enrolled for the continuous education. So I congratulate all of you. And I think this discussion is going to be really fruitful for you. May I request everyone to please take up this poll? You can scan the QR code and take this poll. The code is written just beneath that. So we'll wait for another 2 minutes because all our panelists have joined and they are all excited to share their journey with you. Hope every one of you is participating in this poll. Okay, so shall we start now, Dr. Parikshit?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
So we are good to go.
Yes, thank you so much. May I request all the panelists, if you can please open your videos. Great. Okay. Wow. So I'm Dr. Nidhi Mathur. I'm the area chair for HR at IMT Center for Distance Learning. And we are very excited to host this panel discussion on managers to CXOs, how continuous learning fast tracks your leadership journey. So, in today's fast paced world, you all are aware that continuous learning or lifelong learning is not something that is nice to have, but it is a strategic imperative. And we are very fortunate that we have a distinguished panel of thought leaders and practitioners who will shed light on these questions which come to your mind and how they have drawn from real world insights and will share their personal journeys with you. I now request Mr. Veer Bharat to please introduce himself to the participants.
Thank you, Nuri ma'am, for inviting this discussion. Thank you to AMT and Dr. Parikshit for organizing this important topic today. So, hi all, my name is Veer. I am working as lead HR business partner with Yamaha Motor Solutions India. It's IT GCC of Yamaha, and we are working and helping cross Yamaha group companies across the world. Uh, to my introduction, so I have 20 years of experience in HR and I've done my master's in HR. Then I'm pursuing my PhD in HR from UPS Dehradun. Apart from that, I'm also uh, a community founder for Core HRIR Group, which has 12,000 HR professionals globally, member of this community. I'm also HRC ambassador in India and participating at various kind of forums at NHRD and IMA and CII. So that's all from my side.
Thank you so much for introducing yourself so well. And I mean, it's always a pleasure to hear that people from corporate, they are doing their PhDs. So may I now request Parul Priyadarshan to please introduce herself?
Sure. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Dr. Parikshit. Uh, and thank you all the audience for joining on a Saturday morning. I understand it's a weekend for all of us, and it takes a lot of effort to come sit in front of your laptops that we do the entire week. So I am Parul, and I lead the talent acquisition initiative for Coforge for leadership hiring in India and APAC. I come with around 18 years of talent acquisition experience, and I have done my post graduation from Symbiosis Pune, and my second post graduation happened from Exhilarite in 2020. Currently, I'm enrolling. I have enrolled for my PhD in general management. While the other distinguished panel have already submitted their papers, I'm still, entrant there. So it is my first year. But yeah, I hope to become doctor sometime in my life. So that is pretty much about me. Prior to this, I was with InfoEdge, which many people may know, Naukri.com, the parent company, Naukri, Jeevansathi, Shiksha, 99 Acres. And yes, this shift happened very recently. So I think the a poster that have gone out for media talks about my InfoEdge, career, right? But then I have recently moved in. So welcome all of you, and hope you guys take away something very important today from the panel here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Parul. And yes, you have been an example for lifelong learning because you have done so many certifications in between, and now you are pursuing your PhD. So, may I now request Shraddha to please introduce herself? And Shraddha has also been our alumni, so it's really, nice to have you over here in the discussion, Shraddha. You are on mute. Shraddha, you are on mute. Yeah. You can see at the bottom
Yeah.
left.
No,
Yeah.
no. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Dr. Parikshit. And a very good morning to everyone. I think most of you have your weekends, but I have my Saturdays working. So probably that does not bother me that much. Yeah. When I start introducing myself, I should start with my academics. Probably a set example of multi streams and multi, certifications, educations. I did my graduation in zoology honors, physiology honors. Did my masters in computer applications from MS University Baroda. Pursued my career into computers. Was I'm a Microsoft certified database administrator, system analyst, system architect. Worked with Satyam, Grasam, Tata Infotech. Was their L&D head, training and specialty. And then I took to IMT. I did my HR, degree. Pursued from IMT, moved my career into HR. Started with being HR for US firms. Did my certifications into compliances into US management of HR. Then started my career with senior manager HR with Ebix group of companies. A very successful and fulfilling journey at Ebix for more than a decade. From 1600 employees we moved to 13,500. Did somewhere around 40 acquisitions in a decade. Diversified into the field of forex, travel, a vast learning experience. Set up our own learning centers because there were 29 different businesses that were being pursued. uh, very full. And recently, just a month and a half, 45 days back, I joined another group of companies called Neptune Group of Companies that deals into innovation, into smart, parking, manufacturing into high-end electrical goods that support our airports, metros, railways, and so many things. Again, I'm pursuing my master's into psychology as well as certification into strategic HR into manufacturing domain. So currently a certification and a degree is on the way. I believe that though a day is always, as I have quoted myself so many times, that we learn every day. We just acquire certificates to certify. After doing 40 acquisitions, I took a certificate from Aon on to being a accomplished M&A specialist, because do is you need to have a certification beyond that, that makes formalizes your education and learned experience. So
Yes.
that's about me.
Thank you so much, Shraddha, for introducing yourself so well. And you have very correctly pointed out that maybe everyone has their own experiences, and we come across so many experiences, but certification is an important thing. So let me also welcome my colleague, Dr. Parikshit Joshi, and he has been pivotal in setting up this particular session. So, Dr. Parikshit, I request you to please introduce yourself to the panelists, to the participants, sorry.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, for this brief intro. And I welcome all the panelists and the moderator of the session. And obviously, this session would not be really a great grand success without the participants. So thank you so very much, everyone. And I'm Dr. Parikshit Joshi, Associate Professor in the area of HR and OB, currently working with IMT CGL. And my area of research revolves around personality and disruptive technologies for sustainable development. I'm a BTech graduate, MBA, then PhD in HR, and then in continuous journey of my education, I did FDPM from IIM Ahmedabad, and right now I'm working with IMT CDL. So thank you so very much and welcome you all. So session is all yours, moderator and the panelists. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have our set of questions, dear panelists, and there are a few questions which I'm going to ask to every one of you because of your vast experience, and there will be some specific questions which I'll come, individually to you. So my first question is I would like to ask each one of you that what has been a pivotal moment when upskilling or continuous learning it has directly influenced your career advancement. So, Veer, may I ask you this question first?
Your question, can you repeat your question one more
Yes,
time, please?
I'm asking about a moment, a pivotal moment when upskilling or continuous learning, it has
Okay.
influenced your career advancement.
So I would say that there are two instances, and around 2017 or so, at that time I have close to uh, maybe 10, 12 years of experience approx that time. And, I was looking for to upgrade myself. So I have identified many courses at that time. And then uh, I chose HRCI to certify myself. And I have done my certification, global certification on HR, that is SPHRI. And that has given a lot of confidence into me in terms of understanding the subjects and knowing how the global HR being practiced across the world. And later I have also enrolled for the PhD because that is something that was in my plan that I have to do it. And I think 2020 approx, I have enrolled in the PhD also. So these two moments, if you can say, and it really helped me in my journey, understanding the subject, helping the organization to grow. And it is the learning is still continuous. So I would say that continuous learning is very important because what happened that concepts and things are changing very fast. Today, if you see, AI has come up, correct? And that is another thing that we all have to learn again.
Yeah.
So it is something for a professional that learning should never stop. That is my mantra, and I follow that.
Great. So thank you so much. Learning should never stop. So Shraddha, may I ask you the same question, like what has been the pivotal moment when when upskilling has directly influenced your career advancement? You're on mute again.
I am all. So I thank you, Nidhi, and I think I will. It will look like a copy paste, but I ventured into HR in 2008 after doing 14 years into technology. I was at very like it was a very successful journey into technology, being system architect at Satyam, but the Satyam debacle happened. Huge
Yeah.
Satyam debacle happened in
Yes, yes.
2008, and it
Yes.
so I ventured into HR from there.
Uh-huh.
And in 2017, I took my MD HR course, right? That certification moved me from an India HR to the global level. So as EBIX had its footprints globally,
Yeah.
EBIX is still present in 51 countries. And from an India HR head, I moved to global HR head. I could, and with my experiences and the certificates that I acquired in the global HR, it helped me to understand various compliances, process, policies, and it was a very, very easy walk from, all the country, whether it is Australia at the end or US on the other end. The compliances are different, the people are different.
Yes.
We know it all, but the certification or a formal education exposes you to how to deal with it. So I think that was one of the key areas that changed my career. And my master's into psychology right now.
Mm.
I agree that people are moving into bots, AI, and I have myself being a tech nerd. I have always been inclined towards. So even today, if somebody will ask me to code, coding means my first love. I still love to code.
Yeah.
I think that human psychology cannot leave HR. So I really want to pursue and really, probably I didn't know, but now the masters into psychology, they have subjects like spiritual psychology. They have subjects like medical psychology, psychology of a human being. They are so varied. You think you know it all. You start studying and you realize you just know a drop of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my current, masters is giving me an insight into human being. And it's really, I think it will be a very, very, you know, it will add a different perspective to how I deal with people.
Yes, very right.
So
And as you have rightly pointed out, human psychology or human behavior, it is like, I mean, you really need to have great experience. You need to have conceptual understanding that why a person is behaving in a particular manner. So thank you so much for this answer. Parul, I'll come to you now and ask you about the pivotal moment that has, when upskilling or continuous learning has really influenced your career advancement.
Sure. Thanks, Dr. Nidhi. And yeah, great inputs from Veer and Shraddha ma'am, right? So, see, for a recruiter, right? Because I've grown as a recruiter. It's been 18 years into recruiting, right? So, I think there were a couple of pivotal moments, but something that really pushed me at that rocket speed into from a resume runner to a strategic talent partner was it was actually when I started learning about the predictive modeling, right? Because in recruiting, prediction is very important, right? Rather than you posting a job and then waiting and just praying uh, resumes aa jaye, acha candidate mil jaye, and then after an offer, just keeping your fingers crossed, going to temple every day कि बस join कर जाए, घोस्ट ना करे candidate, because otherwise stakeholders से मार डालेंगे, right? From there to understanding clearly, as ma'am mentioned, human psychology, right? Reading the candidates, understanding, if they are joining, what are their inclinations to join, and if we feel the candidate is dicey, not shying away from raising the alarm at the right time, and then starting the backup planning, right? Understanding what kind of market insights are there, wherein if there are jobs in plenty, the offer to joining ratio would be low. If the jobs are scarce, right, it is possible that people may as well relocate to join your company, right? Understanding and giving very clear inputs to the higher leader ups, right? That what are some key pointers candidate may join or may decline the offer, employer branding being one of them, right? So I had done couple of courses, I may not name one or two here, but then couple of them which which I saw my career change or game changer, wherein from share me the CVs to market insights kya hai, I've seen that journey. I've seen that, from that gut feeling ki candidate select ho jaye to seeing one resume that this is a match, and then let's go after him. Right. So there are many episodes. And, I think these are not, just, learnings, and these are not changes. These are being, relatively relevant, with every passing day. So as people say, right, AI is not future, AI is now past. DeepSeek happened what 6 months back, and it is a history, right? So just being relevant and being fast paced is my success mantra.
Yes, great. So you have very rightly pointed out that you have to keep unlearning and then learning. So it is a quick journey. Like you cannot halt or you cannot stop or you cannot be at a slow pace. So my next question goes to Mr. Veer Bharat. Veer, in your journey from manager to leadership, what are the key skill gaps that you identified in yourself? And then you have addressed those skill gaps. So can you please highlight, like, what were your skill gaps and how you have addressed that, because that is going to help our listeners a lot.
Right. So one important, when anybody, not like, me, but when I see, when you move from individual contributor to manager role, correct? When you have to lead a team. So people
Yes.
management skill is something that, you know, people should know. And that I have also, still, I'm in the process of learning, that like those Sudha mentioned about that, psychology. So that is something that is very, very important to understand. Every person has a different need of your team or, any stakeholder that you are managing. So how to understand that aspirations, correct? And uh, The people, those who are successful people in today's time, if you see, the people who know these people managing skills, correct? So if you see any great leaders, what is the common thing that you will find in them is that how they interact with the people, how they influence the people around them, correct? There is a concept, if you study, so that is called as informal authority, and that come with your people management skill. That if you influence people around you, any task that you need, you can get it through anybody. So that is number one, that I have learned, still learning. Another important thing, which, as I mentioned initially, also that my certification, global HR certification, added is that knowing in depth about the subject. And then, when I had done, still I have submitted my thesis, so I can say I have completed. But the employee engagement as a topic that I have taken, so I have explored so many things, and that also helped me to understand that how the HR work, HR functions, the evolution of the, when you do this kind of research, you have to go through every, steps. So that also helped me to learn about it. But still, I would say that for a individual contributor to the people management skill is the important skill that, as a gap that I have identified and still, trying to learn into it.
Great. So you have very rightly pointed out, in fact, in organizational behavior, we all have read that, informal authority or informal groups, that is the, I mean, if you can understand the dynamics of that, nobody can stop you from becoming a great leader. So thank you so much for these, beautiful insights that you have given. And uh, at least Dr. Parikshit and I will definitely vouch on this, that people management skills are the most important skills in in the setup. In fact, in any setup. So next question is for Parul. Parul, I wish to ask you about balancing the professional life and learning. So, you know that many professionals, they struggle like how they are going to balance between the career demands and upskilling, because that when you are working, so you have certain commitments, your work is demanding, but still at the same time you have to upskill yourself. So, what practical strategies or frameworks have you found effective for integrating learning into the busy schedule? Like you had a busy schedule. So, how have you integrated these the learning into that?
See, it's a real challenge, right? That you're learning and you're running full throttle. There are sprints, hiring sprints, right? And the family commitments, the work commitments. So there's no right time, or I don't think there's an ideal time. So and something, when we talk about recruiting, right, recruiting is very unpredictable, right? From managing business hours to candidate ghosting to surprise backfills and ramp ups, there's so much, right? But then what worked for me, trust me, was a habit that I still follow, right? It is a 30-90 rule that I do, right? I block 30 minutes in my calendar every day. So my morning 8 to 9, I every day I put it as focusing, right? To 8 to 8:30, I do clear my mails and everything. 8:30 to 9, I learn something. Could be a micro learning, right? Could be a TEDx, could be a podcast, could be a LinkedIn article, could be a newspaper article that I find in ET, that's good and that's relevant, right? Something beyond scrolling the phone and beyond looking at the memes and reels, right? So it's something productive that I do, and that is my commitment to myself and for those 30 minutes, right? And then I block that 90 minutes per week, which is like a client call or something. I block that time for me, maybe on a easy afternoon, maybe an early evening, so. And that probably, people may say that when is your time for self relaxation, when do you see Netflix and chill? I don't, right? I think that's a very waste of time for me. I don't have Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm, yes, on LinkedIn, but then yeah, I don't have time for scrolling all of it, right? So those 90 minutes, in a week, I try to pick up something. It could be exploring new prompts on AI, exploring new tools to hire, right? Figuring out any new features, maybe on People GPT or Chat GPT, or maybe a Naukri Resdex, or maybe on LinkedIn Recruiter, right? Anything. So at least, that habit allows me to keep going. If I'm expected to sit on one fine day and I'm given a book that you study it, I'll not be able to do it, because then there are so many priorities, right, that have come up, right? And one thing that I feel that helps me is being open to learn, right? It is not a substitute. Some learnings come from my team members also. They are these Gen Z's, right? uh, there's some tools that they have been using, because Gen Z's, I have learned myself being a parent to a Gen Z, is they love shortcuts, right? They don't want to work hard, they love shortcuts. And these shortcuts at times are very effective. These are not laziness, but these are productiveness, I would see,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So this the trick is not treating learning as some extra task. It is the upgrade button to stay relevant. And there is no way that you don't have to be in you will not be in market if you're not learning. Trust me today, because there are Gen Z's, and people say recruiting AI would replace, right? I don't think so. AI is an enabler, but AI will definitely replace people who will not adapt AI, right? And that'll happen through learning and continuous learning. So you can't wait that one fine day I sit and I'll do it, because by the time you'll learn Chat GPT, by then there are 100 new things that have come in, right? And Chat GPT is anyways obsolete. So that is my take on it.
Thank you so much. And I have written down the 30-90 rule that you have given to us. So it's a really
Can I add one thing? Can I add one thing?
yes,
I
yes.
think learning is something that, it start with the inquisitiveness about anything. Correct. So, if you are, really wanted to understand, that the genesis of anything, and then try to understand the whole thing, from start to end, then only you have that depth, it comes. So if that is there in you, you will find the ways. Means, then nothing will stop you, studying till 2 a.m. in the night, or, early morning. Any way you find it. Many HR people, contact me and ask me that, how I can, with this busy schedule, as you have mentioned, everybody has that busy schedule. I always say that, it will remain. But if you have to come out, or, grow in your career, you have to find out that, your interest area first, that, which area you want to explore, and then automatically you will get it. If somebody will tell you and then you are doing it, I think it is temporary. But when you find that, for example, I like the transition of Shraddha ma'am from technical to HR, and now she is moving to the psychology. It itself, it is a big example of that, moving from one skills or one role to other role. And definitely, Shraddha ma'am has all these, the excuses that we all have, correct? But she able to manage it. So anybody can manage, but if you have that, from within you, it will come, then only you will pursue
Very
that.
true. Very, very true. There
Yes.
should,
So
I call it that there should be a learning ka kida. You should always have a learning ka kida. That why it is so, why it is happening. So when we started in 2017, when EBIC started its journey of diversification, we were all together a technology company. One fine day, the senior management decided we want to diversify. Never ever till then, UPIs were very new, and we acquired a company that had a PPI license. We were doing international audits into SOX and everything. Suddenly RBI walked in, SEBI walked in. Never ever heard of it. But I took it that before I know the people, if I don't know the business, I will not know what output to get from them, what are they doing, and will never be able to understand. I literally took 20 days and went through what does a fintech organization do, from what is a PPI license, how do POS machines work, what does it mean to have a UPI scanner code, even from the technology behind it, the foot on foot field resource, what are they supposed to do, Till then, in next 20 days, before we did the other acquisition into travel, I was well versed with the business. I think an HR should always know what his company does, whether
Yes.
it is a recruiter, whether it is a people's management team, an R&R team. For a technology geek, a hackathon can be an R&R. He will be very happy with it. But for a manufacturing guy, you put a hackathon, he will not find it as an R&R. For a so with whatever your domain into. So I had my learning and development team, my recruitment team, R&R team, technology upgradation team, RMG, all reporting into me globally. And I told all of them, whatever you manage, whatever vertical you are managing, a fintech HR should know the business. You
Mhm.
should know what to expect from your sales guy, from your tech guy, from your BA, QA, anyone. Until unless you know what you are selling, whom you are managing, you will not be able to manage. Managing a old person is different, managing a child is different, and managing an adolescent is different. Similarly, in HR is an HR, but you should know your business well. That is key to being in HR. So that's my mantra. You throw me into anything. So it's been 45 days, four different companies that Neptune owns, automatic, industrial goods, and all. I have been continuously enrolling myself into training with the freshers. Until unless I will understand each and every product of theirs, each and every good, I will not think that I'll be able to manage them well. So that's my takeaway, that if you want to become a leader, know whom you want to lead.
Mhm.
What are you leading? Know your things well.
So, Shraddha, if I have to ask you that, what are going to be the two or three key skills, which you believe that people should aim at when they wish to progress into their journey, like from manager to CXO? One, two, three skills.
One, data. Your data should be very, very strong. Data झूठ नहीं बोलता, बेटा झूठ बोल सकता है. Your data analytics should be very, very good. Your data will let you know which fields are weak, which are strong. So
Yeah.
your data, that's one skill that will demark you from manager to a CXO. Your dashboard should have all the details. What positions are lacking, which team is not performing, which is having most grievances. Your data should be very, very strong. Second, there should be a continuous learning in your organization. You cannot say the team has slowed down. The HR has slowed down in identifying the learning gaps. Identify the learning gaps continuously in your team. That will keep you engaged with your employee, and that will make you find the best one to promote. You don't promote people through PMSs. No, never. I never promoted anyone from manager directly to a GM through PMS. When we were doing their L&Ds, when we were engaging them into learning, I could identify that this guy had a spark. He wants to move to the next level and he's enrolling himself. So
Yes.
that second thing, that keenness in your L&D program, your data should be strong, and as Veer said, informal authority, a person who has that is your CXO.
Mhm. Great.
He or she who should know, without asking for designation, he should know that he can lead the team. The
Great.
team should identify him or her as the leader. The management does not want to identify that person as the leader. He is a leader within himself. So these are the three takeaways that should always be in your personality. You should not seek authority, it should be coming naturally to you.
Yes.
You
So
should be always open to learn new things and identify those people who have keenness to learn it. And your data should be very, very, very strong.
very right, very right. So thank you so much for these three skills. I have noted it down: data analytics, continuous learning, and informal authority. So this is what you have given to us. So Shraddha, again, another question to you, that Can you also share that how do people who are aspiring for the leadership role, how do they evaluate and choose learning opportunities? So, for example, you chose IMT-CDL's course. So, what was your strategy, or not be it any course? What is that you evaluate into that?
Find what interests you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge yourself to find the best course, but yet convenient. You are a professional. The
Yes.
more, so you should not that I want to challenge myself and I want to pursue a course into different geographical time in different country because that will add benefit to my career. It will never happen. You will never be able to do a 10 hours job, and HR is not a 10-hour job. It is
Yes.
365 24/7. Your phone never turns off, so that's key to it. So challenging to find what is easily approachable. So I found IMT had given me an opportunity to learn on the go with weekend classes, faculty to approach over the week. So anyone who's trying to find a course, or when I was doing my, there were weekday classes. When I was pursuing my, experts in M&A from Aeon,
Mhm.
they were weekday classes.
Yeah.
That also the prime. I keep Wednesdays for my all MD meets.
Mm-hmm.
So that and the same time slot was given by Aeon for the learning batch.
Huh.
So my continuous feedback to them for all 3 months of the course was move your classes to weekend. You are teaching professionals.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, I understand that we need to keep class weekends for the family, but finding a 2 hour or 3 hours over the weekend is yet convenient than finding a 45 minutes or 2 hours on the weekday. Find
Yes.
something that has convenience to learn on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Find something that can challenge you to learn more, that can
Mm-hmm.
excite you to see. Like Veer is pursuing PhD, that means he must have found the faculty is good. He must have found it attractive that I can continue with IMT, right? So
So,
find someone who can, fill the gap for you. Always select a course that is easily available, moldable according to your time, and you can learn on the go.
yeah. So basically, the flexibility
Yeah,
this is what is
very true.
required for the working
I
professionals.
want to add, and I'll give you example of HR because I know HR only. So uh, one is the formal education. Definitely it help, and what kind of institution, like Sudha ma'am has already added that it give you flexibility and add value to your knowledge, and approachability is also very important. But once you grow in your career, so you have to also look into that which direction you want to make your career. Correct.
Very true.
So I'll give you three examples. From HR field only in a global context. I'm saying that suppose you are at the entry level of HR. So I would recommend that you should explore any regional certification that many uh, all in country specific certifications are there. If you are looking for a journalist and getting into the uh, senior HR role, then I would recommend to go for global HR certification like HRC and SHRM. And if you wish to make your career as a specialist role, like COE role, Center of Excellence role, then there are different bodies that you can pursue. Like, for compensation benefit, World at Work is a body. For talent development, there is a body called ATD. Correct. So what I mean to say is that first of all, you have to set your direction, that which direction I want to pursue my career and I want to take my career, and try to find that which are the institute, which are the bodies are the top bodies. Correct. It may be little difficult for you initially that to pursue and get time to for it, and also it's costly because it's a global certification, but the value that it will give you is enormous. Means that you will be out of the league in your area. So that way, I see that if you are doing it, look for a best option and then go for it. Correct. Like I recommend IMT CDL to people, those who pursue. they wanted to pursue their executive MBA at least. The best part of what I appreciate about the IMT CDL is that it is providing you to physical classes, which generally in executive education you do not get. Correct.
Very
So that is very important to find out that what is important for you and which direction you want to take your career. Thank you.
Great. So thank you so much for your inputs, Veer. Now, another question to you, Mr. Veer. Is it that networking plays a role when, or how networking has contributing to your professional growth and visibility?
So you have asked a question which I like, to do. Correct. As I mentioned that, I'm also, part of a great community, an HR community I'm referring. So it definitely help you, uh, generally people, what I have observed with my experience that they try to network when they are on search, correct? Or, when they, in a trouble. But, how I see is that networking help you in many ways. For example, I'll give you one very good example. I'll not take the company name because it will be a confidentiality breach. But I am not part of any M&A, correct?
Mhm.
But I have called a person, and there are two great telecom company in India where merging together. I talked that person with the network only, and I got to know lot of things which I do not know without having the exposure of M&A. Correct. Or for example, today suppose if I am working on let's say compensation benchmarking, my team member is attending this call who is leading it. So or performance management benchmarking and anything, I have all the options to call anyone in this country top companies because of this network only. Correct. So this not only help you in your career progression but also help you how you deliver things better. Correct. And it give you the access to the things which you cannot get it without going there. Correct.
Yes.
So it's very important for, especially for the senior people in the industry, that they should network. And when please remember that networks works in not one way. Correct. It should be two way. Then only network work. So
Yeah.
you should first ready to give something, then only you get it. So this is the funda that
That's
I
what.
follow, because you are giving something. If you are expecting somebody to give you, that is wrong.
Money.
That is not, you will not get it. So these are the things that I want to add. I think Shraddha wanted to add something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling you, see, that's what, more than network, I call it relationship building. People use network as a scapegoat. They want to get connected to the senior people in the HR so that they can get something out of them, an opportunity, a reference, or something like that. Whereas more than a network, it should be a relationship. It's a two-way road. You will be able to do anything and everything if there is someone in your you know connection network known. You are not the first person that does it. There's someone who has walked that road, and if you know that someone who has walked that road, walking on that road will become very, very convenient for you. And similarly, they will also walk on the road that you have walked past. So there should be a relationship. Generally, people add numbers to their LinkedIn profiles. I have 10,000 people, I have 20,000 people, I am getting awarded for. But when the time comes, there are not even 20 people that respond to it. So
Yes.
having
Yes.
that number in your LinkedIn does not identify the relationship.
Yeah.
Relationship is the convenience to go to your phone book, click that number, and it is answered in three rings.
Yes. Very right. So,
So
Yeah,
that's
I
I
think.
just wanted to add, this remind me one of my mentor. He's no more, unfortunately. He used to say this word actually, Shraddha, that if you have that real connect, there is a two thing that we know in the networking. One is contact and second is connect. So if you
correct.
have real connect, if you call that person at 2 a.m. in the night and he replies
They
and
will pick it.
help you, then it is your connect, real connect. else not. So I think you rightly mentioned that, if you know fortunate to have that kind of connection, please, you know mm, care with that. I feel little, you can say, the thing that my mentor has given me, I have not returned back. Before that, he won, correct. And after that, I realizing it that what I have lost, correct. So if you have somebody who is there to mentor you, guide you, please give that respect, because sometimes people feel that the person is doing something to get from me, but it is not always true. There are many people in this world. If you are really a good mentee, you will get it back also. So that those things I want to add here.
Great. So, Parul, coming to you, what is that one piece of advice you wish to give the aspiring leaders on the importance of continuous learning?
Um, See, I have shared this earlier as well, and I'll again repeat. And while Shraddha ma'am and we have already, given these inputs, so I think, be learning can't be outsourced. Be very selfish when it comes to learning, right? Everything in the world would wait, right? But your growth, your time, once gone is gone, right? So you should be very selfish and you should own your learning, right? Don't wait that HR will send me a reminder, or maybe my company will enroll me for a course, or there would be right time when someone from the family will push me, or maybe my manager gives me an appraisal feedback that you should inculcate these skills, right? Because that is when some damage has been done that you may not figure out right now, right? Some time has gone by. So learning should always be forward looking, right? What what is next that is coming up, that I should know first before my company starts inculcating those skills, right? I should be that torch bearer who should tell that, hey, these are the new skills, we should start doing a capability planning on these skills. These are the new ones, right? So learning should be self driven. One should be very selfish, and there should be no substitute of learning. It can't be I'll do it tomorrow or I'll procrastinate. No, it has to be today. It has to be now, because the way world is changing, the way AI is changing, tomorrow is history, right? Tomorrow is gone. Something new will come, and then again, if you procrastinate, you're in that circle. It never comes through. So that is my piece of advice, which I dearly follow myself, that do it today. Don't wait for someone to give you a feedback.
Right. Just to adding what Parul had mentioned, and one thing, you can say I am revealing the trade secret from HR, being HR in 20 years, and this is what Parul had mentioned, that do not wait for your company to give you the learning opportunity. This is a big myth. Please remember this, guys. Those who are joining and budding, HR professional or any kind of professional, you have to take charge of your learning, that Parul was trying to say. Because
Agreed.
from the if you wait for company initiation, it is
It will
very
not.
late, because company is not to teach you. Please remember
Yes.
this.
Agreed.
Company has one business to do. If you fit
Very
with
true.
that business, then you will be there. If not, somebody else will take up. Correct.
Correct.
But if you are not taking charge of your learning, you are, as Parul had mentioned, giving a big dent to your career.
See, make learning a habit, not a task.
Yeah.
Because you are learning for yourself. If an organization is teaching you, they are teaching you the skill to get the benefit for them to
Themselves.
run the
Correct.
business. If
Correct.
you are learning on yourself, it is your habit, you are doing it to enhance your career.
Yeah.
Make it a two-way road. You have the skill, they'll identify you. They teach you the skill, they will bind you. Always remember that identify your gaps and learn them fast. Make it your habit. If a single penny invested in an employee is expected to be returned in 100 times,
Yes.
and if you invest in yourself, you earn those 100 times, not the organization.
True.
So
And
make it an habit, not a task.
sure. And ma'am, I also feel that, to have a voice on the table, right? You
Very true.
have to be ahead of people who are there on the table, right?
Very
Otherwise,
true.
you'll not have that chair for long. You may have it today, you may not have tomorrow because someone else who's ahead of you will come and sit there. So there are only so many chairs on that table, right? So you need to hold one, and I think learning keeps you there. So there's no other substitute.
So thank you so much for piece of advice that you have given to our participants. So I really appreciate the kind of responses that you have given for the various questions that I have asked you, and this is going to be really beneficial for all the listeners that how they can manage their